Hello all, Zinger Barbecue here, and I'm here with episode 4 of my Fractals 1 through 100 series, and this is the Uncategorized Fractal. I'm going to start off with a quick apology that I missed last week's because I had a few people who joined me, but the files were corrupt and I didn't have time to re-record. So I just skipped a week. Hopefully I'll find a week where I can, make up for it and make 2 episodes. But so far, this is the final footage I was able to do. So uncategorized level 4 is very simple. This first area, you just gotta jump up these platforms and kill the harpies. In harder versions of this fractal, they will try to knock you back, so some stability is nice or some reflex for the guardian are really nice. But other than that, you just walk up and kill them. There is one thing they do that can screw with you, and that is those like Sonic-looking arrows. Those cripple, and if they cripple you while you're like right when you jump, you'll jump a shorter distance, and that's a big, big pain in the butt. So right now we have a newer player, so I'm gonna cut this audio because there's not much to talk about until he gets back up here. So have fun. Alright, so now that everyone made it, we go to the first of 3 bosses. Surprisingly, I think this first boss, it's a group of bosses, is the harder of the 3, at least in this fractal. So you kill this generator, and then these 4 doors open, and 4 different bosses, I'll put quotes there, are here. So the first one you want to kill is this champion rabbit, who is really easy to kill, but he one-shots people. He'll one-shot you. So good thing we took him out as quickly as possible, and now we focus the veteran bandit saboteur. And the reason you want to kill her, or yeah, it's her. The reason you want to kill her first or second is because she puts down little explosive barrels that knock back players, and it's just a real pain. So it's easier to get her out of the way first, or sorry, second. Then you want to target the Flame Legion Shaman because he does the most damage. And then you want to kill the Etten. So it's less so about just a hard mechanic than what order you want to kill him. Because if you don't kill the rabbit, he will wipe your team by himself. So, just remember that order. It's Rabbit, Saboteur, Flame Legion Shaman, then the Etten. So then it's just a big tank and spank fight. I'll get back to you when we finish. Alright, so we grab our chest, and up here is usually between 1 and 2 harpies. So you want to take those out, or you could skip them. I like killing everything I can for loot and whatnot. So once you kill these guys, there's a little bit of a puzzle that can really trip up some newer players. So if you're still having a really hard time after this, then grab 3 experienced players because you only need 3 people to make it through to win or to turn it off. So you have to maneuver through these little plasma things and you just be patient. And you always save a dodge roll for the end. You just walk up and then dodge at the end so you don't get hit by an explosive. You want 3 people to turn off these 3 consoles and then that will shut them off. So once you shut them off, the rest of your team should be able to get through safely, and you're on to the second of 3 bosses. This one is harder on the higher fractals, but on this fractal, he's really simple. I'll go over what you're supposed to do in this one, then what you usually have to do in a higher fractal. So in this fractal, you just tank and spank him, and then when the clouds of green smoke pops up, you just walk up to that fan and push the button. One of our players in this game is so used to the harder way of doing it that he tries to be doing that. And that is you have to grab a crystal from the back over there, those pink ones, and you have to bring them to both the controller on my right and my left. So you want 2 players to be doing that, and you fill the bar. See how it's slowly draining on the right there? There it is. So once it shuts off, then you have to turn the fan, this red fan, you have to push it again. So the only thing that's harder is you have to manually fill those bars. I'll call them batteries. And other than that, this boss is pretty simple. As long as you're coordinated or know what you're doing, most teams will be able to get through this. And on my Healing Guardian build, even in Tier 2 and 3, I was able to out-heal this golem's damage without having to do any of the mechanics. So that's why I consider him sometimes harder, sometimes easier than even the first bosses, because it all depends on how coordinated your group is. So yep, that's this fight. I'll get to you after this. Awesome. So, now that we killed Old Tom, we have to do exactly what we did in the very beginning, and that is climb up these platforms and kill the harpies. That's pretty much it. The harpies don't knock back, they just cripple and slow you in this, so I'll just get back to you when all my teammates reach the top. So we're waiting for our last player again to climb up the platforms. I guess I can go over what this boss or bosses does, and it's the easiest of the three bosses by far. Um, these bosses are just kitty cat golems, and at first they spawn one at a time. They wake up, and you have to kill one, then another one spawns, then kill another, then another one spawns, and kill another, and another one spawns, and you kill it. Once you kill all four, they all resurrect or whatever at one time to fight all four at once. And when they're just singles, like one, they're really easy. I don't even care what they do. They don't. I just give buffs and they don't really do anything. So right now we're fighting Snuggles, who apparently does AoE damage. But look how fast he melts. It's just so easy. And when they all spawn, when they all wake up together, and Mr. Mittens pulls and knocks back, when they're all together, they're a little harder, but they still die just as fast. Professor Mew, he debuffs, so go watch out for that guy. I don't know. This is just a very poorly thought out boss fight. But since this is just a guide, I just mark the targets to make it easier for my team to see who's up, and then at the end you just AoE them all down. So that's this fractal. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you forgive me for missing last week's video. I also hope to be uploading some Paladins content because I've been playing a lot of it. I kind of want to make this a Guild Wars and Paladins channel now, but it will not interfere with this series. I hope you guys enjoy your gaming experiences and have a great day. Bye.